Hello and welcome to the Caz and Daz live show. It's a watch-along special. We are watching GB versus Poland. It is the Euro basket women's qualifiers. Sorry if you can hear a noise outside. That is our wonderful neighbours. They're celebrating Diwali. And so, happy Diwali. Everybody celebrating that the world over. My name is Aaron Paul. I am joined, as always, by the legendary Caz Bullock, Manchester basketball royalty herself. Caz, how are you doing this evening?
Hi, Darren. I'm good. I'm really excited for this game. Feels like it's been a long time since we've seen GB play, and I can't wait to get into it.
It has been far too long since we last saw GB, and I believe it was against Belarus that they last played. Am I wrong, Caz? Am I right? Am I wrong? What am I saying?
That was the last Eurobasket qualifier. We had the Olympic pre-qualifiers in February, but the last Eurobasket game was...
Was that whoa.
February this year, yeah.
Oh my God.
Just before everything went downhill.
That's a polite way of putting it. The five for GB, the five to start for GB are Chantel Handy, Temi Fagbenle, Janice Monokanis, Christina Nigwe, and now I want to say Eilish Simpson, but I don't think I've said that's how you pronounce her name.
Eiley.
Eiley. My apologies to Eiley. So Eiley Simpson. So I'm guessing she's going to be primarily bringing the ball up the floor because she's got two small forwards and two centers. I think, that is a big-ish lineup for GB. They're starting five. On the bench, we've got Nicolette Fong-Liu-Ki, shooting green, Hannah Shaw, Renee Bush, Evelyn Adebayo, Hannah Robb, and Sam Roscoe, of course, coached by Chema Bouchetta. Now, obviously, we're not showing you the game because if we did that, we'd get kicked off of YouTube faster than you can say, get off YouTube, you Muppets. How can we help enhance your enjoyment of this game? Very simply, have the game on in one window, have us maybe in the corner, maybe have some audio, because there's no commentary from the game anyway. I mean, I'm just saying.
It's a win-win for everyone.
It is a win-win for everybody, except for all of the commentators that could have been commentating GB international basketball and are not. But, that's...
It's a shame that that's not been taken up, or nothing's been put in place for that.
But the men's bubble, Windows, whatever it's going to be, that's going to have commentary in whenever that is.
End of November. Yeah. Why is that? GB basketball, FIBA basketball?
It's not GB. It's FIBA. It's not GB at all. To be fair,
it's
to GB's
Sorry,
credit. Let's not.
let's not annoy GB.
Shall we not? If that's okay.
FIBA, sort it out.
So we are just about to get underway as we see Chema sporting a frankly gorgeous beard. Look at that.
That's what he's been doing during lockdown.
Prepping, game planning for Poland and sporting that fabulous facial hair. Kaz, you didn't do a prediction. You chickened out.
Back down.
You chicken littled out of a prediction.
Shall I go wild and give one just before it tips off?
I mean, I think it's only fair. It's only correct.
GB by 7.
Oof.
And there we go. It's tipped.
Has it?
Yeah. Are we on the same feed?
I'm on the Phoebe Euro YouTube page, and now it's tipped. Oh, no. Good. This is going to go great.
I'm at 9:48. The clock's just stopped.
I'm at 9:52. Just going to press that live button, see if it does anything. Oh, no. Strong start.
Well, this could be very good. You can get a preview from me, and then you can see whether you think I'm talking rubbish or not when you see it.
All right, we're at 9:48. We're seeing a replay.
You want to skip forward a few seconds?
Yeah, I literally can't. So you're going to have to pause a couple of seconds. Oh, good. This is fun. This is a fun time.
So I think, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so we just had first, is that a foul on? That looked like might be a So it's sideline ball for Poland. Just inbounding.
How have they made that call? How have they decided that that's a foul on Chantal? Let's see this.
Yeah, I was going to say that looked like not a foul at all, and that Chantal Handy was tripped.
Yeah, that's a little bit of that's a fun one to kick off with, but there we are.
Can we take a second to appreciate these lovely kits that the women are wearing? These GB kits.
I mean, I think the print job on them has been fantastic. I don't know who's responsible for putting together the make sure the numbering and lettering looks but it looks.
I mean, it's very professional, very sharp there.
You know what? So have you not done this? Have you not paused your feed yet?
Why would I pause it when you're behind? Do you want me to pause it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Apologies to anybody watching.
What time are you at?
8:58.
8:58. Okay.
8:56.
Tell me when you get to 8:40.
Okay. Oh my gosh, you're that far ahead. How? The internet must be right quick in Manchester. I'll tell you that.
It's dead quick.
8:40.
Go.
All right.
Okay.
Apologies for that.
I'm
so
back.
GB down 0-2 early as they get it underneath to Temi. Forced out. Oh, 3 balls on the way. No good. Oh, Simpson absolutely giving everything. I'm surprised that they didn't call a held ball on that. That looked like it was the requisite half a second.
It did, didn't it? And that's the kind of play from Eilidh that we're going to need, especially when we've got Joe Leadham out, because we know the Joe Leadham column, the work that she does off the ball that you don't always see on the stat sheet. She's just throwing herself on the floor. She's always going after loose balls. And without her there, they need someone that is going to do that hard work, that dirty work there.
As Christina Nigwe picks up a foul. I am not in I don't know. The way it started with the 2 fouls.
It's not a good it's not a good
that was a long way off the mark. As Maracana drives in and probably fouled, but somehow not. Yeah.
That's it. Looks foulish, doesn't it? Like it should be a foul.
I think it's going to be one of those games.
Yeah.
Let us know who you think is going to win. I don't think that is. Who is that on that big banner? I don't think it is Erdogan. I think it's somebody else.
Is there a head of Turkish basketball?
If it is, and that's them. Good on.
I mean, I should know this with my deep dives into the Turkish league each week.
Yeah, given that you are the Turkish basketball expert for FocusHoops.com. There was talk of you doing a weekly live column
on Turkey.
Yes,
I'm all in. I'm all in on the Turkish league.
Yeah, you're gonna start writing weekly Turkish roundups for FocusHoops.com.
Hey, I'll do it.
Smothering defense, but getting the offensive rebounds. Poland are doing really just grinding. This is going to be a very hard game if the first 3 minutes are anything to go by. But Simpson is looking like she's taking things from the point.
And I think that's what we saw in the last game as well against Poland, wasn't it? It was quite a tough, hard-fought game that GB did come out on top of. They beat Poland by, I haven't got last year's score. No, I have 75-63. They beat Poland last November.
Well, hoping for a repeat of that today. When I put in live stats, my God, it's like, oh, do you want to know the population of Great Britain? No.
No, we want. Yes.
Oh, not a foul given.
Oh no.
And we're just allowed shoulder barges now in basketball.
I think that's yeah,
that's fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. This might just be how it be.
I'm excited to see Temi play because I haven't actually seen any of the games she's played in Italy live. Oh well, I haven't caught them back on YouTube this season, so it's good to see her playing.
If you want to see how you can, if you want to know how you can see, oh,
here we go, Chantel Handy doing what Chantel Handy does.
Tough triple. If you want to see live women's basketball all season long, we have a handy list on our website telling you exactly how, where, and how and where you can watch women's
Not
game.
when.
We're not going to tell you when.
We didn't go that far.
Whenever you want to, mate. Like, most of it's on delay. You can watch it whenever you want. You want to watch Aussie basketball at 3 a.m? Fill your boots.
Who doesn't want to do that?
Kick that. Oh, that's her range, though. That's Janice's range.
It is.
She will hit those. I love how assured Temi Fagbenne is. It's just like, chill out, everybody.
I've got this. There. Ooh.
There we go.
That's...
Okay, we are called. Oh, we did call that. That's okay. Because
that
I was about
to... That looks concerning.
I was about to go and join the Diwali celebrations next door as opposed to watching this game if the referees are not calling that. Because that was I don't want to use the word flagrant, but I'm going to use the word flagrant foul. Gross. So Temi at the line to shoot 2. Simpson gets some instruction from Bichetta. Yes.
So that was a nice rebound from Christina Nigwe there without needing to.
So
yeah. Makes a second.
Goes 1 of 2 at the line. 4 plays 6.
Hey, there's just saw on the screens an advert for Manchester City Council.
Yeah.
That's quite strange, but cool. I mean, the GB Manchester link.
And iPro are GB tied up at 6. Simpson wanting something specific from the way the team are set up. Is that Renee Bush in again? Or is Handy wearing 10?
No, Handy's wearing 8.
No, that is Renee Bush in the game already. What can she do? And
is this Renee Bush's first GB call up for the senior squad?
It's certainly her first call up for a good long while, as we've got an off the ball foul from 11. And Igwe trying to get position in the post, and she just sort of gives her just a flail, nothing too major.
Oof.
Go on, Igwe.
Oof.
Tough. How's that no foul?
That's how is.
That is. I mean, listen. Just so long as it gets called both sides.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah. We don't want this a one-sided affair.
No, that was a nice play from Poland. Though, to be fair,
that
was a good transition basket. So Poland lead as
Temi is
treatment, and she is battling. So, hit that long 3. Oh, sorry, I say long 3. I meant long 2. And then misses.
You need to just be a bit careful, not letting Poland get down there for layups too often. We've just had a sort of 2 plays down. Just need to keep on top of that.
Wide open for the long 2. Doesn't go from Poland. And it's a 6-10 ball game. I don't even remember when they scored their 10th points. When did that happen?
Ooh. I think it was that layup, the open layup. So Chantel Handy is playing in Spain at the moment. Well, obviously at the moment she's currently playing for GB, but this season she's playing for.
I don't think I need to play
them. She's playing for Spain in the top league there.
The Liga Femenina Endesa.
Yes, she's playing for
Oh, it's a nice triple from Poland. They take a 13-6 lead. 3:24 left, quarter number 1. You're joining us here on the Caz and Daz show as we're watching along live, watching GB versus Poland. What do you make of the game so far? Let us know in the comments. We've done a few of these live shows for WNBA games, and the best thing about them has been the conversation. So get involved. Carry on, Kaz. Have you found out who Chantel's playing for?
Yes. I can't quite read my writing though, which is a terrible indictment of me. Zarengaza begins with a Z.
Zaragoza.
It's an O, not an E. Yeah.
And that's yet another foul.
But Chantel Handy is the 3-point shooter that we're going to need this game. I mean, when she's on.
Renee
as well.
Bush, she can hit from 3. Don't worry about that. I mean, like consistently from 3.
Yeah.
As can Janice, who's just checked back in the game for Chantel Handy. Janice Moncana, what a player. Don't tell the time where I kind of upset Janice Moncana a little bit.
Oh, you didn't? You what did you do?
I was talking to some people at the Leicester Riders Sevenoaks Suns final, and Leicester Riders must be London City Royals. Yeah, it must have been final. And I thought Leicester were going to do the double on that day. Now the Leicester women were not particularly fancied. The Leicester men definitely were. I thought, you know what, they can. I reckon they can get both. It was like Holly's last game before she goes to America. Blah blah. I said this to some people that I know, and Janice was stood like right there, and she goes, "Oh, is that right?" Sorry. She was obviously absolutely went off. Was MVP. Was the entire not the entire reason, but it was a huge part of why Sevenoaks won that final.
Do you think it was purely down?
Spotted me in the press conference after. Was like, you.
Yeah.
And was incredibly nice and gave me very, very good interviews after the game. So,
that's awesome.
Thanks. Oh, a wonderful human being. Like really, really nice person.
Do you think she thought, I'm going to show that Darren this game?
I mean,
this is
probably not, but I mean, I'll take it.
Hey, you could be responsible for that amazing performance.
If I Darren Paul of FocusHoops bulletin board material, fine. What's the over? Where's Michael? We need Michael. He obviously commentated today. Nottingham versus Derby, did a great job. Was it?
Yes.
No, sorry, it was in Nottingham. It was Derby. Bradford Derby in Nottingham. That's the one. Oh, lovely finish.
That was nice.
Simpson. GB have it back within 3.
So I'm not as familiar with this Polish team. I don't know if we've got any sort of players that maybe we've seen in other leagues before. No sort of names have jumped out at me
that's what
so
far. I was getting the box.
Chantel Handy coming back in.
On a tangent, because that's what we like to do on these. Did you see the Philippines versus Australia esports? FIBA esports going to take place?
I didn't. No.
That is literally the top story on the FIBA website right now.
Really? Seems like there might be other more pressing things going on. But
I mean,
esports is huge, though, isn't it?
Esports is huge. Esports is huge. Esports is great. Big fan of it. Be very exciting to see BBL and or WBBL esports start to take off in this country.
It would. Hey, maybe that's in the future with the new Sky deal that's just happened. for the
Oh,
BBL.
imagine.
It's growing, isn't it? Like it's anything building on getting the league some attention like that. Oh, someone.
Temmie's
Is that
down,
Temmie?
very gingerly getting back to her feet. I didn't see exactly what happened there. Hopefully we get a replay in just a second. Poland did score on that play. Her and Monicano were down. What's happened here?
I think.
Oh no. Okay, so the Polish player.
Oh, I
goes,
think she's
sort of pushes, unintentional, pushes Monicano into the back of Fagbendley, who goes down real awkwardly, getting kneed in the back of the knee essentially, and she's hobbling off. She looks absolutely furious.
She's not happy, is she?
No. And she high-fived the entire bench. Well, there goes my question of what's the over-under on Fagbendley playing 40 minutes?
Well, I mean, what did we just see? Turkey, Serbia. Oh, that was just in and out there. Turkey, Serbia had a double overtime game, so you've got 50 minutes there.
That's true. The buzzer beater doesn't go, and at the end of the first quarter, GB trail 10-15 to Poland. Caz,
that was unlucky. Sorry, that was just unlucky there. That just rimming out that last shot GB had.
I was going to say, what are your thoughts of the game so far?
So it's close, isn't it? Obviously, with the score, I think GB just need to watch some of the passes that they're making, and stop Poland getting down low, where they've had quite a few open baskets, a few easier looks, but they just need to keep that inside presence. I mean, both teams seem pretty well matched, don't they?
Yeah, and in terms of inside presence, I mean, GB do have a fair amount of that with obviously Fagbendley, who's currently being treated on the sidelines, but also Christina Nigwe. And what's Adebayo's role likely to be?
She'd be playing her down post, would she?
That's what
We haven't seen her yet.
We have not. And of course, Hannah Shaw and Sam Roscoe.
Yes, I'm excited to see Sam Roscoe. I do love watching Sam Roscoe play. When she played for Manchester the last couple of years, and obviously playing in Germany at the moment for Göttingen. She's a really good post player. Do you think we'll see much rotation this game? Because sometimes Chema sort of sticks with, I guess, what's working. Maybe doesn't always go too deep into his bench for too long to change it up.
No. I don't think
you dressed it.
No, I don't think we'll see much in the way of. And frankly, I don't know why we would, as we're back underway. Second quarter, 10 minutes to go till half time. GB 10, Poland 15. I don't know why you would. Oh. So the week that they've had, and they've had since they arrived on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, local time. So they've had all week. Now, that is the time to maybe, in my opinion, that's the time to try new things, maybe. And as Temmie said in an article I read this week, get involved, embed new players into the squad. However, in this game, it is a case of you've got 7 players. Who are your best 7 players?
Yeah.
Who is working the best? It's a playoff game. It's a final. It's a WBBL final. And it's probably going to be pretty much run by that. And I reckon for the most part, we'll see GB go with 7, 8 players and like maybe a couple of minutes for other people. That's what I would anticipate based on the situation, based on what we've learned from our coaching chums.
Poland just had a good defensive play down the other end, running out the shot clock for GB, which obviously very good defense from Poland. We don't want to see that happen too much for GB, though. So Eiley Simpson as well wouldn't normally be bringing the ball up, as Georgia Jones.
Another shot clock violation.
It seemed too quick. I thought that, but it seemed too quick. But I guess it was. So Georgia Jones hasn't travelled with the team, and obviously she's generally the primary ball handler for GB. So Eiley Simpson's moved into that role. So they've got a little bit of a new role to get used to there.
I think for me so far, she's done a really good job of bringing it up the floor.
Absolutely.
No complaint
and she's more than capable of doing it.
Janice Monacana just tried to take off. Is that Christina Nigue's head with a pass?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, you got to be ready for the pass, even if it's coming at you like that.
To be fair, Inigue then was being like chicken wing tackled as if she was playing Aussie rules. I understand.
Had she been able to?
Yeah. Again, I know a lot of basketball players transition between the sports, but not when they're playing. Oh, that is good.
That was nice, and that is what Chantal Handy does.
It's a 2-point game. GB 13, Poland 15.
And there was a lot of defensive pressure there. Hand in your face, someone flying out to you. That's a tough shot to make.
Temi's back in the game.
That's a good sign. That's a very good sign.
And she is marshalling as, that is a good three. That is a well-taken three. Is that Kastanek? I think that's who hit that. Got all up in the space of where Chantal Handy was defending her, but no foul. I think in the past that might have been given as a foul.
Yeah.
Even though the defender didn't move, but there's been a few tweaks to the shooting rules. They have literally changed the definition of what a shot is. Have the good people at Cuba.
As a player, I guess that's interesting, isn't it? Like you're so used to playing one way, knowing what to foul, and a little tweak like that is just going to take a little while to get used to, I imagine.
Well, we saw that in the. Sorry to talk about men's basketball at this time, but Sheffield versus Lions preseason friendly, where I think it was Antoine Lillard got 2 or 3 fouls, offensive fouls, because he just kept on leading with the shoulder, which is something that they've changed. A rule
of course,
that they have changed. But, excuse me. But something that we did see a lot of in that game is referees just doing this, saying that the defender just went straight up and down, and you just got to live with it. You got to live with it.
So Poland on 2 fouls.
How is that? How is that legal? How the heck is that legal? Christina Niguez is getting her arm pinned. Okay, now, damn. I was going to say, we've had a like from Ashley Arlen, and I want Ashley Arlen, one of the great players of the WBBL, to explain that to me.
She looks like she's been dragged a little bit there.
For sure. Like, how? How?
I mean, that's the third foul on Poland there. So,
I mean, you love to see it, but that was something else. Oh,
good. Come on.
Good rebounding from Benley and Monacana.
That's unlucky for those not to be dropping. Like, was that off? I mean, they're fighting here. GB are fighting. This is a tough game.
Oh, we're going to see this the whole game through. It is going to be just a battle.
But yeah. Oof. So Poland's just 4th foul there. Is that the screen on Simpson? Offensive foul. So it's looking good for GB there with Poland on 4 and GB just on 1 at the moment.
Low scoring so far.
Yeah.
13-18, but full of action. It's been a really enjoyable game so far.
Christina Nigwe is getting absolutely hammered. This is...
I mean, she trains with like the likes of Parker every day, so she's probably used to it.
Yeah, that's true.
What is that? Is that legal?
Chantel Handy.
Get your Pepsi Maxes. Yes. Get your Pepsi Max down your Caz, because that was a make.
So that's 9 points for Chantel Handy. If I've got that right in my head, 3 threes.
Chantel Handy 9. She is 3 of 7 from 3. She is 3 of 7 from the floor.
I mean, that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna just be in her spot, hitting those threes.
Shoot, and she's a 3-ball shooter.
Got timeout called. So GB just down 2.
16 plays 18. What do you make of it? Who is going to win? What's going to be the final score? Predictions, questions? Get involved. We would love to know what you think of things. As we see, there's Manchester Northern Souls, Manchester Mystics, Hannah Shaw. Oh, I know it's not the Caz and Daz show domestic edition, but what do you make of Helen Naylor going to your beloved Manchester Mystics?
That's a huge signing for them. That's massive for Manchester. Like Helen Naylor playing in Sheffield she's incredible, isn't she? She's I think I saw something the Hatters posted earlier. I think she was maybe planning to play in D2 while the Hatters couldn't play this season, and obviously D2 aren't eligible at the moment. But no, that's great for Manchester. That just really boosts them. Like gives them so much more depth to a team already that the Manchester team, as we said last Saturday, maybe didn't play probably as they wanted to. But
let's just put that out of mind, out of sight. It's in the rear view.
But there are the team. You look at the team. They're such a strong team, and adding her into it, it's a great move. It's a great move. I'm really excited to see their next game. I think that's against Newcastle next week.
I'm excited for it. Is this the trade that you thought you'd be getting pre-season? Callum Jones for Helen Naylor. Would you have taken it? Would you have taken it? Be honest with me.
Oof.
Be honest with
can't put me in that position.
Viewers. I can, and I have.
It's a great trade. It works for both people. Callum doesn't have to play 40 minutes. He gets to have a rest. He gets to sit down a little bit playing for Sheffield, which I'm sure he likes after playing full games for so long. And Helen on the Mystics. This is going to be a good season.
Chester Donnelly, this guy knows what he's doing. Hi, Caz and Daz. I've got
big thumbs up to Chester.
Channel on my laptop, and I've got you on my phone. Chester, I mean, firstly, of course, thank you. Make sure that you share this. Get other people. As Janice Monacana reins it in from 3-ball land. Chester, make sure you are, as Poland can't get it back with a triple. Let people know what you're doing, Chester. Yes, thumbs up, everyone. Caz, get your thumb up. Yeah. All right. Appreciate the support. Appreciate you being involved. Chester, what do you make of the game? What have you thought? What have you enjoyed about it so far as Simpson takes it up the floor?
And Inigwe got doubled and thrown to the floor.
That's triple.
Chantel Handy! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That was such a good play. And that was all Inigwe, doubled in the post, fighting, probably fouled, gets the pass out. And Handy's just there like, I'm wide open. I'm the most dangerous person on the planet right now. Let me just hit that.
I'm going to shoot my shot. I think, if I recall this, sometime last season, Chantel Handy had something ridiculous like 8 threes in a game. For her.
I mean, she's halfway there. Mate, listen. It's a handy world, and we're just living in it.
We're just living in it. and I missed that. So that shot took GB took the lead by 1 there.
Tragically, Poland are tragically for a GB fan.
Yes.
They just missed a second free throw.
Yes.
So it's 22-21, GB in the lead.
For the first time this game.
Chester thinks we're doing really well. It's going to be close. Chester, don't disagree with you there at all there. It's Tammy feeds Anigwe, who had the seal and the bucket. This is the Anigwe that I wish we'd have seen. Not her fault. Wish we'd have seen at the Olympic qualifying. Tammy with the great defense.
Because I mean, we saw what Christina Anigwe does playing for the Sparks, for the LA Sparks, for the one of the top teams in the WNBA. What's that?
Handy's got 15
points. 15 points in
Chantal Handy.
16 minutes of game time. How long she played? She must have only played like 13, 14.
Chantal Handy.
Yeah.
14-21.
Wow.
Chantal buckets.
More points than minutes.
Chantal.
Oh my goodness. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for when she hits 50.
As always, massively appreciate everybody who is checking out Focus Hoops. Please, if you haven't already, maybe consider giving this video a like, sharing it, subscribing, but the most important thing, the thing that we love the most, please get a comment in. We'll get it up like Chester has and often does. We'll get it up. We'll have a conversation about it because that's what we love to do. We love chatting about basketball, and that's what makes these really fantastic. Jess says we're really spoiled for free basketball at the moment. Worcester Wolves streaming all of their games for free. As I understand it, London Lions streaming all their games for free, and you will be able to hear me commentating some of those, which I'm bloody looking forward to. I'm not going to lie to you. Anglia Ruskin also streaming games. Loads of. You're not wrong, Chester. There's so much free basketball. Also, speaking to you directly, Chester, if you want to know where there's more women's basketball live stream, then make sure you check out FocusHoops.com. We have a link to a load of live streams from around the basketball world. You will love it.
Oh, that's some great defense there from Anigwe.
I think that was Simpson getting the tip into Anigwe's hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is how exciting is this team? This is an exciting team.
This is a very good team.
I wish we could watch them more than once every 3, 6 months, 9 months.
Yeah. Hit that.
Oh, Eiley Simpson.
It's gone. I see you, Chantal Handy. I want
some of that.
I'm going to do it on both ends. But a miscommunication lets the open 3 go. Doesn't drop. And it's a 9-point lead GB. Really impressive stuff from the women in white. And that's tough from Anigwe.
That's
I'm not too sure how that doesn't get called. Fast break for Poland goes.
Can we get some kind of GB3 like little slogan going on?
Hashtag GB3.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's GB $. Ha! There it is.
Oh, Eiley Simpson. GB3. I can do my
GB3.
We need Jackie G for 3. I need a. This must be like GB must be really, really pleased with how they're playing at the moment. What a block from Temi.
Oh yeah, sent it back. I mean, the foul was already there, but she sent it back.
But yeah, GB must be really pleased with how they've come out and played these first 2 quarters so far.
Yeah, massively so. I mean, the first quarter, they really just really battled. That was rough first quarter. Thank you for joining us on Focus Hoops, Caz and Daz show live. And then this quarter, they have just lit it up. Chantal Handy has lit it up from 3. And now Eiley Simpson getting fully involved. GB £. What is that about? Hashtag GB3. I reckon we've got to spell out the 3. I think that's more impactful.
Yeah. Do you want to maybe put like 5 E's at the end? 3. No, okay.
That's a good point. Oh, that's a foul. Sheridan Green headed to the line to shoot 2. Poland are in the penalty. GB 1 foul away.
Sheridan Green is playing in Poland currently. So she may have played against some of the Polish team. And her team had an 80...
Sorry, mate. I've got to stop you there. Hannah Robb checking in for the first time for her GB debut.
That's great. That's great. No, that's great. That's what we want to see. So Hannah Robb only found out, what was it? Wednesday? Thursday? Friday?
I thought it was Friday night.
Oh, a week ago. Yes. Yeah. That she was coming in to replace
2 players.
Yes, Georgia Jones and
Sheridan,
Chantel Charles. Sorry, my mistake. So Chantel Charles and Georgia Jones weren't able to travel. Hannah Robb got called up, and this is her first call up for the senior GB squad. Yes, Sheridan Green's team in Poland had an 86-point win the other day, which
it's just silly. It's
ridiculous.
Good, Hannah Robb. Sorry, I'm going to be a massive Hannah Robb just mark right now. I hope that's okay. Yeah,
let's go for it. So that open lane there that Poland are getting, they've had that a few times, and that's the GB just needs to be careful of that back door. Keep a presence down there.
As it's a 2-1 for Poland. Can they finish it? It's a foul. Simpson putting her body on the line. Didn't go though, so make him earn it.
It's an okay foul, isn't it? Like they've got the fouls. They're not in the. Obviously, it's a shooting foul, but
that's her second.
They're now in the bonus. So Chantal Handy's getting a rest.
Her second foul. Janice Monacana. Janice sharpshooter Monacana.
Did Handy get a bit of a hit there?
She looked like she was checking her hand as she went off. Am I right in saying that? Chester has been enjoying the free sport or free women's live sport today. I assume the France-England rugby was women's rugby. Manchester United, Manchester City. I'll be watching that. No spoilers, Chester. I'll be watching that tomorrow. Who else we got? Worcester Wolves, BA Lions, now GB Poland. All women's elite sport. It's a great time to be alive. Completely agree.
It is. And look at that range there that you've got. So rugby, football, basketball. That's all as Chester says, all elite women's sports there. Available to watch all day long.
Yep, and all free on YouTube as far as I understand. Certainly the Manchester United game was, the Worcester Wolves game is, this GB game is.
Did I miss your GB for 3 logo?
Yeah, we it's not a logo, it's literally a comment, but we're working on it. As Hannah Robb scores her first buckets as a GB senior international.
That's great to see, isn't it?
Line.
That's so good to see.
Getting minutes and so early in the game as well.
Yeah,
I mean, it's closing in on half time, but she has just been shepherded out of the way. Really effective. There's one thing I really love that I never thought I loved, because, as I've explained, very much a shooting guard. You can't shoot very well. Anyway, so I've never really done post basketball, but I do really enjoy watching battles down low and just how the bigs maneuver and engineer space.
Yeah. Which
is why when I'm watching the old chicken arming, I'm a bit confused. If I'm perfectly honest, I'm like, what is that? Is that allowed? Is that okay?
Yes, some of it
I've
is
read
so
the
blatant.
FIBA, because I read the FIBA rulebook every single year, and I've never said it's absolutely fine to absolutely manhandle somebody if a flop.
Like that.
Are we giving a flop warning there? Like, what are we doing? Again, that little bit of play there with Monacana and the Polish international. Either it's a foul or a flop. I don't understand how there's no call there.
Yeah.
Because it
has to be one or the other.
You'd have thought, just because
Surely.
it was a lot of contact and a player ends up going flying.
So, yeah.
Oh, Temi Bentley. Right. I know this might sound sacrilegious to some, but I want to see her play Aussie rules football.
You want to see her what? Sorry?
I want to see her playing for Fremantle Dockers. I want to see her playing AFL or AFLW rather. Like,
she'd do a great job.
The way she took that rebound, could you imagine her doing that? Just like, I don't know, X amount of times a game, just like, but able to like put her knee on somebody's shoulder and just.
That was. I thought that ball came off the Polish team. Then obviously not. Obviously the referees didn't agree. But
have you skipped ahead again?
No, I'm on 22 seconds.
Okay. Go on, Janice Monacana for 3. Oh, just back iron into the hands of Poland as another player goes.
There's been a lot of players on the floor this game.
I don't want to use the word diving.
Oh.
And oh no, is she actually copped an elbow?
I think.
She seems to think she's copped an elbow. This does not make good audio. I apologise. As I just stare. It's one of her teammates. I think. Oh, yeah. Maybe she's just been bopped in the face.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything intentional there.
Nothing intentional. It didn't look like there was that meaningful a contact either.
No.
If we're completely honest. Again, do feel free to share this video far and wide on your social media. If you've got social media, share it. If your dog's got social media, even better.
My friend's dog has social media.
Oh, get your friend's dog to share
I'll put them onto it.
Have a word with
Oscar the Labrador.
Oscar the Labrador.
Yeah. I want to see Chantel Handy back on. I just want her to just bomb some more threes. So we got timeout. Not sure who called it there, but 9 seconds left, and it looks like it'll be a Poland ball when they come back. So they're probably just drawing up a play to try and get a bit closer, try cut the score a bit.
Probably.
9.8 seconds. So we need a big defense from GB here to keep the lead at 9.
So. Oh, that's good.
Yes,
that's good pressure.
Yes, that was.
That's good pressure. That's really good defending. Hannah Robb. And who was it that switched with Rob as well? I think that was Janice Monacana. Really good defending from them. So at halftime, GB lead it on the road. Well, I say on the road, in the bubble. They've taken the score away from me. 37-28.
Yeah.
37-28. Let me just check that into a graphic. Caz, whilst I'm working by magic, actually no, I'm doing myself a disservice there. Actually, I'm fairly happy with how the whole graphic gimmick's working at the moment.
It's nice.
Caz,
I like it.
It's all you, buddy.
So, mate, good. So we've got GB taking the lead into halftime, 37-28. Like we just said before, I think that GB are going to be really pleased with how they've been playing so far. It's obviously tough that they've got, they've travelled out to Turkey for this one game. When the WBBL season has only started last week. So there's quite a few players that have maybe only had one game to get warmed up. A few players, like we say, Sheridan Green, Temi Bentley, Eiley Simpson have been playing in Europe already, so they've had a few more weeks. But the majority of the team, I think, have only had the 1 or 2 domestic games at home to get warmed up for. So they're going to be really pleased with how they're doing. They've been in Turkey for the last week, so lots of practice, lots of stuff posted on social media about the practices, working on the rotations, getting used to some of the newer players that have come into the squad, and trying to obviously fill in those gaps for missing Chantel Charles and Georgia Jones at the sort of last minute, but got enough time to kind of work on replacing the play that they need from them. So I think going into the second half, we're probably going to see, I would guess, more of the same. Maybe Poland wake up a little bit more to GB's 3-point shooting, as they're going to need, obviously GB are doing very well from 3. Poland are going to need to close that down. If they need to get a bit closer. Just lost my feed there. So yeah, GB will need to maybe try and adapt a little bit if that's what Poland managed to work out, to put some more pressure on their 3-point shot there. But overall, it's been really good performance from GB. Like we say, need to kind of protect the paint a little bit more. Some easy layups that we've seen. Just close off that backdoor cut, and just keep doing what they're doing, really, I think. And as we were saying earlier, probably not too much of a huge rotation that Chema's going to go to, but he's got a solid 7 or 8 players so far. And great to see Hannah Robb making her debut there. A couple of points, playing some great D. It's what we want to see.
Absolutely is. We've got comments coming in. Darren and Caz, what's your second favourite sports? I'll tell you what, we'll come to that question. We'll give Caz a bit of thinking time.
I don't need thinking time. I got it.
All right, Caz. Sorry, mate. I'm just.
Sorry.
It was an opportunity for me to go to Hugh Hopkins, friend of the show. Dare I say it? Says good first half. Hugh's got a question as well. Are you surprised by the quality of GB guard play with so many players out? That's a good question. That is a good question. I don't know if surprised is the word. Impressed, definitely. I don't know if I'm surprised by it, because I looked at the guards that we or the players that we were taking, and I think, tell me if I'm being revisionist. I think I was fairly bullish about how we were going to look on both ends of the floor. I definitely our bigs are our strength in this roster right now, but I was pretty pleased with the players we were taking, especially the inclusion of Renee Bush. I thought that she could potentially be a bit of a release valve, shooting from the wings and bringing the ball up the floor where need be. Obviously, we know what Handy's about. I mean, can we say that she's playing as a guard? I'm not too sure. But yeah, no, Simpson's been doing an amazing job. So I don't know if surprised is quite the word, but impressed and very pleased. It's a bit of a not domestic answer, politician's answer, I think.
Yeah.
Eventually.
No, I agree. I mean, I think we were talking on Thursday. My worry, especially with losing Georgia Jones and Joe Leadham, obviously we knew earlier Leadham wasn't playing. It's just the ball handling. Like you say, not surprised because they're great players, but impressed with how they've managed to fill the gaps that maybe they weren't expecting too much when losing Georgia maybe a week ago.
Now to answer Chester Donnelly's question. Let me just explain. I like to, if I stuff up something, I want to explain it because I can explain what my mind was. I read the C in Caz as I read Donnelly. So I just merged the two of them. So I apologize for that. I do that occasionally. Darren and Caz, what are your second favourite sports? Well, mine, very simple, is football. I know that's a bit of is that a divisive answer? Controversial? I don't know. I don't particularly care. I do really like football. I host a semi-regular Argentine football podcast, and I will be, after this game and after our post-game show, where we have at least one special guest, I will be commentating a game of Argentine football with my beloved Racing Club Davi Xaneda. They're taking on Astana de Sarandí in the Liga Profesional de Football, and hopefully actually winning a game of football in Argentina. That'd be novel, wouldn't it? Caz, what about yourself?
American football for me. An Atlanta Falcons fan, sadly.
That is bad.
But yeah, I like the American football. I've watched it since I used to watch it with my dad when I was a kid, so I could stay up late.
See, and again, you know me, I like to do things a little bit different. I like to be a little bit out there. Ooh, isn't he a bit different? Not really. Canadian football. I prefer Canadian football.
Oh, the CFL.
I've got to say. The CFL. Purely because, not purely because, but a big part of that is that's what we had to watch when I was growing up. We didn't have Sky and whatnot, but we did have like whatever the free sport channel was for a bit that showed CFL. So watched a lot of CFL. My guys, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, reigning CFL Grey Cup champions. So they're great. And Tisha, if you're watching this, the Ticats, they're still garbage, mate. Just these are the facts. These are the facts. Go Blue Bombers.
They've put the stats on the screen, and I want to say they've put them back to front because it's telling us Poland have shot 7 of 20 from 3 and GB have got 3 of 13 when Chantel Handy's had 5.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate.
That looks like they've got the graphic the wrong way around.
Shall we do the very low quality sharing of the box score? Like we do. Shall we do that?
Like the Mystics Leicester game.
It's a tradition. Let's do that. Listen, mate, like we're being very critical right now, but it worked, kind of.
It worked. Hey.
Right, let's get our face out of there for a second. All right. Caz, anything jumping off the page at you in terms of the stats? Again, don't know how well this works. Don't know how well it looks, to be honest. Temi has 3 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. She has been absolutely battling down low today, as is Janice Monacana. Again, 3 points, 1 made 3 from her, 5 rebounds, and an assist. 4 offensive rebounds from Janice Monacana. And I think
that's huge.
In my head, I count them as pretty much triple a defensive rebound. I recognise that they're, very valuable, both of them in their own respects. But offensive rebounds for me are so important.
Absolutely.
In recycling the ball. And Isla Simpson, 10, 5, and 3. Awesome performance from Isla so far. Who else is jumping? Oh, Chantal Handy with a casual 15, 2, and 0. Shooting 55% from the floor, 5 of 9 from the field, 5 of 9 from 3. As she do. Christina Nigwe, again, not there with the numbers for Christina Nigwe, but plus 11, she was absolutely pivotal for that really good second quarter play. Again, battling, scrapping, doing all the dirty business.
She's doing those things, and she's drawing double teams in order to, then get the ball out to someone that's free.
Hugh says, not sure if it's on there, but it feels like GB are being crushed in fast break points.
It should be at the.
There's
it's a different format, isn't it? To the
I mean, it is FIBA, but it's not the good FIBA stuff. Chester, I need to excuse myself. It's dinner time. I'll be back for the second half. Enjoy your dinner. Report back to us. Tell us what you had. Tell us if it was good or not. We do like a bit of food. Hugh, back to your point, and I think we'll come back to us. How am I doing this? I do know how to use this software. Eventually. Hang on a minute. I agree with you. The stats aren't telling me that necessarily right now. Let's just I'm going to have a bit of a look through to see if there is anything. Fast break points 6-0 in favour of Poland, but second chance points 6-4 in favour of GB. Poland 12 points in the paint. Great Britain 2. GB 4 points from the paint from the bench. Poland 2. So really interesting.
Right.
Really interesting.
I'd say it feels like Poland have had more fast break points than that, but I guess that's just sometimes it's different.
They've had more opportunities, but they haven't been making them. They have missed.
Very good point.
Quite a few opportunities, like some real open looks. That I wouldn't not expecting a team of their quality and at this stage, at this level, to be missing those chances, as we see Janice Monacana giving a look that many an opposition player will have seen before. Is Caz there?
Sorry?
Oh,
yes.
sorry, there you are. You
Yes.
just went.
Sorry. Yeah.
You're just able to hold yourself incredibly still. So we have GB back on the floor. They are shooting. Poland are jumping about a bit, as we see Nicolette
get a bit warmed up. So we've not seen Nicolette so far.
We've not seen Nicolette. We've not seen Hannah. We've not seen Sammy either. So it'd be interesting to see if we see them in the second half. How many players have GB used? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And they've got 11. So they've got, yeah. Sammy, Hannah, and Nicolette.
And Evelyn.
Oh, yes. Evelyn
yes. Adebayo. Yeah. So, and again, I think this. It wouldn't surprise me. Like I said earlier, it wouldn't surprise me if this is pretty much it, unless it gets well out of hand for Poland. Then we may see some others coming in.
I think like you say, Chema likes to keep his rotations kind of with, he doesn't mix them up too much within the game.
No, and again, you wouldn't expect them to. This is essentially a final. This is a win, or you might as well. You're probably going home. So it is a must-win game.
Yeah.
And they'll be treating it as such.
For GB, this would be a huge win. It'd take them to 2-1 in the group, with one game to play against Belarus in February.
And also it would be an enormous boost, a big confidence boost, and a bit of a statement being like, look, we are missing some real key players, but we are deep. We are a very deep basketballing nation. And I know that, people in the comments of some other things that we've seen, like British basketball, that goes together like, and I can't think of anything insulting to people because that's not my bag. But it's like, well, actually, in terms of the winning side of things, I look at the talent that we've been able to add to this team, and look how it's going to go going forward. It's going to be great. We're about to get ready for the second half. Carry on. Sorry,
they were 2 points away from qualifying for the Olympics, which no British team has done. Off the back, they were like a basket away. They won a Commonwealth medal, silver Commonwealth medal. Obviously it's the England team, not the GB team, but the women's British, UK, GB, England basketball is having a fantastic run, and there's so much talent there, and it deserves to be celebrated. They've been making history pretty much every time they play.
Absolutely. As the second half is underway.
Go. And we've got Chantel handy on. I need to see a three. I've not seen one for a little while.
Were you not watching the highlights during halftime?
I want a live one.
3 balls on the way from Poland, well off the mark. That's going to go out of bounds, and a really tame effort trying to keep it in play.
Oh wait, you've gone ahead of me. You've gone ahead of me now.
Do I need to press pause?
I'm on 9:40.
I'm also on 9:40.
Oh, okay.
Handy inbounds. Simpson over the timeline.
Okay, now you're ahead of me.
I'm ahead of you.
Yeah.
Tell me when. Tell me when, Simpson. I'm at 9:26.
All right, wait. Okay, go. There we go. Not sure how that's happened.
I don't know either. Was a foul called?
Probably not.
No, but it will be GB ball. GB sideline ball.
I need to describe that, don't I?
Yeah,
that doesn't help anyone. No. That looked like it was a nice pass going straight to Temi down there, but Poland managed to knock it away. Had she got it, she could have just dropped it in. Saying earlier, Darren, I think the Polish team are going to have to like clamp down on GB's 3-point shooting. Maybe we won't get as many open looks because that's obviously where GB are playing the better game. So they need to.
If that happens, hopefully that's going to open up the lane a little bit more for our ludicrously talented core of bigs to go to work.
Yeah. And that's a great thing for GB, that they've got that outside presence, but also got the inside presence. They don't have to rely too heavily on one. If one of them's, being defended quite well or it's not working, they have got that option to move to another one.
That's just what we've seen Temi trying to do then. She's trying to feed Sheridan down low. And now they're going back to Temi, the point guard herself. Ooh. Oh, fine.
Sheridan Green. No. That was a nice play.
That was a really nice pass from Fag Benley. And now the kick out, the drive from Poland, still driving. That's a real nice basket.
They need to just sort of tighten in a little bit there, because the Poland team are getting those drives in, and once they're getting sort of past the defense at the top, there's not really anyone there at the back.
I nearly got very excited. Temi had a three that just rolled around. GB switching and then switching back.
There we go.
What is that for a pass? I don't understand the physics of what just happened. Temi just able to get into the paint as she wants. Drops off to Janice. Janice drives, tipped.
Oof.
And Poland going the other way with it. So GB with a 9-point lead, 39 plays 30.
2 minutes gone. Oh, that was a high off the backboard.
39 plays 32. Was that not how you were coached to do it, Caz?
Not that high.
Hit the shot clock and you're good. That wasn't that high.
It looked higher from before, yeah.
It was unblockable, is what that was.
Okay, that's okay.
That's good coaching. Matt Harbour would be very happy with that. ARU men's coach these days. Former GB women's coach. Wow,
just power into the basket there. Let's see more of that. It's fun to watch.
It is fun to watch. This has been a really entertaining, really enjoyable game. Really good to talk about as well. Blimey, that was a... Temi is so strong.
She's on a mission.
But she just got barreled into the back of and absolutely no-sold it. As she feeds Sheridan Green down low 2 more points. And you wanted to see more point scoring, Caz. We've now seen double the point scoring in
3 minutes.
3 minutes than we saw in a whole half of basketball from GB. And again, it's the point guard herself. I suppose we could say point goddess. I don't know.
That's just 3 huge plays from Temi there. So scores the points, gets the rebound, passes off the assist inside. That's huge.
Renee Bush checks back into the ball game. Now, I'm not going to argue with that call. It was a foul, but it was also the softest, gentlest foul given all game, as Temi intercepts the pass towards Renee Bush, but it does end up Poland ball after some battling on the floor, and the play has been stopped.
We have they're reviewing something?
Was there a shot? Did the timer not? Oh, no, there is a foul. Who's that on? Is that 20? 12?
12's Evelyn.
What did they just... I guess they've just given a foul. Really helpful if we have the... to be fair, the game's on mute for me. I don't know about you, but...
Yeah.
So we wouldn't be able to hear any commentators anyway. Okay, so Temi's now picked up a foul.
Okay. Is that Temi's second, I think, perhaps?
Let me double check. I think so, as we see. You are joking. Are you... That is 2 really quick fouls on Temi.
Yeah.
And even Temi looks like
she's
Are we serious right now? So that will be foul 2 and
considering some of the play that we've seen.
That might be Temi up to 3, maybe 4 personal. Give us a graphic, show us a bench.
So Temi's sat down now. That's a blow. That's a blow
unless the. Oh no, she's on 2. My apologies. I am looking at this box score and assuming that it's 20 minutes in the past.
So we've just had a offensive foul called on Eiley Simpson there. So this is, I mean, her feet were set, but GB have just had 3 very quick fouls in the space of 90 seconds, 2 minutes.
Caz, in about 10 seconds worth of basketball, and I'm not being, I am not being hyperbolic. It's been that it's been.
So they need to kind of, I mean, they're not being overly physical, are they? Because the 2 fouls that were called there, so it's hard to say. They need 4
fouls that GB have had called against them. I'm surprised that wasn't given us a bloody foul. The 4 fouls that have been called have been the softest. I mean, contact. That could be a foul, but like given what's gone before, unless somebody from FIBA has been. And sportsmanlike foul goes against Portugal. That's Poland, number 12, I think that was. Was indeed. So that is bad news, but that's probably a foul. And then that's definitely a foul. Pulls back the player going ahead. Look, it's boring talking about officials. I know that. I don't like to talk about officials that much. But unless it's like Argentine football officials, and then I'm just like, these guys, they don't. Honestly,
do you know what I said? It's a thankless job. I would not do it. I would not be an official.
You want to watch Argentine football, Caz? The officiating in that is fabulous. It's like I saw at least 3 red card tackles, not even a yellow card.
Was it just get up, play on?
Yeah, essentially.
There's a great documentary about
spin off the glass. Doesn't quite go for anyway.
And she's not happy about that. You can tell she's not pleased that didn't drop.
It's just I mean,
this. There we go.
What is this? I'm sorry, everybody. This is not good video. This is not good audio.
Was that a foul? Another foul?
That was a foul against Poland.
So, okay.
And Chantal Handy gets fouled, and she's just like, "What is going on?" Her and the Polish player have a nice moment where they sort of just hold hands.
Yeah.
But Chantal Handy was all of us just then with this motion on.
So GB with a 13-point lead, 5 minutes left, 5.5 minutes left in the third.
Rene Bush in possession, trying to generate something.
Some help there.
Good defense from Poland, sending her back towards the halfway line. 5 to shoot it, and Igwe to Bush, the triple, blocked, gets it back, puts it up. Oh!
Yes!
Yes, Rene Bush.
Oh, was it Rene Bush?
That was Rene Bush.
And so she gets her own block, shoots a shot, gets blocked, gets her own block back, and just knocks it down. And then I
think Rene Bush just conceded a foul.
I mean, that's not shocking. This is the game of fouls.
Was unaware, I think, initially that she conceded a foul. Then seemed to know, and then seemed to find out a second time. I don't quite understand what I've just seen. But good on you, Rene Bush. That was a lovely shot. Well made.
But that puts Poland at the line now for the rest of the quarter, which is not great. Not really what you want with 5 minutes left.
The GB are Poland have given up 3 fouls of their own, so
So it's close. And with the fouls being called, I mean, you can't. There's nothing you can do about it, is there? They just need to play how they play their game, and.
I'll kick out from Simpson does an amazing job keeping that alive.
That's unlucky.
And again, Chantal Handy just looking at the Polish player, just like, okay. Like looking at the ref, looking at the Polish player, and he's been like,
not sure about this. We need to clip that. We need a gif of that. So Poland,
there we go. Isla Simpson. Triple. Oh, it just rolls around. Poland taking it up the floor the other way. Fast break opportunity and a hefty foul from Handy. Good on you. Nothing free. Hey, all you people that love the 90s basketball, this isn't an negative thing. Why are you being so defensive? All of a sudden, I've not even said anything. You love a little bit of that. Handy just obliterates her. Like, she could have got all of the ball there and it would have still been foul.
That's true. Yeah. Unlucky to give the hand one up.
And Poland make the free throw.
Okay. They didn't call that a foul. Sorry.
They absolutely did.
They just didn't show it. They
were just like, hey, do you want to see somebody
get floored?
Get absolutely battered.
So Poland pressing really high at the moment, which obviously if GB can get past it, it leaves them open further down court.
Sheridan Green concedes personal foul, offensive foul.
I mean, this is
GB lead, but I mean, we're seeing a lot of scrappy stuff. What happened there? And again, it looks like Polish player's gone to chicken wing Sheridan Green. She's moved and the Polish player's been whacked in the head or the face and is now being helped off the floor. So I hope she's all right, obviously.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to see what's happened there. She looks like she's taken a big whack of Sheridan's shoulder to her face. And
looked like
Sheridan
they
Green
had that
didn't seem to know much about it. Yeah, again, it was that get this Polish national team playing European Aussie rules football. There's a thriving community in Europe. I think the Amsterdam Admirals, or whatever they're called, are currently the reigning European champions. In the men's game, at least. Caz, you're going to go and try out for the Manchester Mosquitoes?
Are they the women's one?
They are the Manchester Aussie rules team.
I don't think I'd like to get hit like that.
It's not so bad.
It's outside in the mud. I like a nice indoor court in the warm. I was outside playing this morning in the rain, and I wasn't thrilled by it. There was an incident with a worm.
That's another avenue of conversation. Chester Donnelly, I'm back. I hope GB can maintain this lead. Well, Chester, I've got some bad news for you. Poland have chipped away at the lead over the last couple of minutes. It's been really quite scrappy. GB conceded 4 fouls in, and I mean this quite literally, about 30 seconds worth of basketball, including 2 fouls on Temi that were very, 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 very soft. But, fouls are foul, I guess. So, yeah. And now Chema is
animated,
voicing his displeasure. And Hannah Shaw just nods sagely, like, yeah, I agree. But Sheridan Green and Temi Fagbenley, that has been a really good connection this second half so far.
I think you can see since Temi's gone off, that's obviously Poland have been cutting into the lead. So, we know what a big part she plays in the team. And it's better to have her on sooner rather than later to get her back on. Maybe Chema keeps her off to the end of this quarter, and then has her back on in the fourth. But if she's only on 2 fouls,
she's only on 2 personal. So, though she is not yet back on, though she is just sitting down on the substitution plinth,
Because you just want to be able to maintain
Renee
the lead.
Bush
You don't
from
want
3. Oh, sorry, Caz.
You don't want Poland to sort of get too much closer.
No.
And then have to kind of, be on the back foot with it. You want to stay in control like you have done from the second quarter onwards.
Yeah. I mean, that's what all the best teams, when they get a lead, they just sort of throttle the game. And I don't mean that like that. I mean like on a car, they just manage the tempo. Yep. Oh, it's Temi. Picks the passing lane. The best point guard in the country. And that's a backcourt violation, in fact.
Oof.
Temi didn't get a touch on it. Just her mere magnetism.
Just the presence. There we go. Look. She comes back on 3 seconds,
Yeah. You see 12's left hand just come across and swipe.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
There we go.
Oh, question for Caz.
Oh, that is a good question. I haven't actually watched today's game, but I've seen the last couple, and I would like to. I'd like to see them in the WBBL. It's always good for the league to have some fresh new teams in, maybe to even expand the number of teams that are there. But Worcester came up, didn't they, this year?
They did. They won.
Yeah, they were one of the teams that came
up. North last year.
So for them to have come up
and be North, think about that.
and be playing, as well as they have done, it's great to see. So hopefully, one day, and hopefully we can get to a point where, we just expand as well a little bit more.
Temi kick out 3 ball, or long 2 rather.
Ooh.
Simpson trying to get her own rebound back. Poland just about keep it alive. Yes, this is their first season. Yep, it is their first season back, or their first season in WNBL D1. They were due to come down to Anglia Ruskin last weekend, but unfortunately, the lockdown put a kibosh on that. Oh, great! Did you see that touch from the Lino? Or not Lino, but if she's going to take the ball down like that, get her playing for whatever nationality she plays for. Get on the football pitch.
Worcester's first game against Bristol, is it Maisel Betty that plays for Worcester, or is she's Bristol? Sorry, she's Bristol. But that Worcester game, the first game they had, I liked what I saw of them as well.
Yeah, they're an impressive team. They've made a great start to life in the WNBL, and we will be mate. Oh, hello.
So GB haven't really scored much in this quarter. I don't think. They don't feel like they've scored for a while as well. That's a nice.
It's a great feed, but Anigwe
bit too under the basket. I think she was. Yeah.
I'm glad you said it, because that's exactly why I was trying to.
Yeah. Say. Just when you're directly under it, it's hard to.
Yeah.
You've not got the space around. There's a lot of arms pointing in this, isn't there? Ball this way, ball that way. Yeah. Do you have the box score for this quarter?
Yeah, what do you need?
How many have GB scored? It feels like Poland would probably outscore them.
11-13 in the quarter, so not too bad actually.
Is that 2 GB or 2?
To Poland.
To Poland, okay. Okay, that's closer than it feels like.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I thought she was going to take a very long 2.
Yeah. So that's the kind of.
That was a strange switch. I mean, I get it, and actually, it worked out really well because Anigwe was able to tip it out of bounds. Yeah. 6 seconds to shoot it for Poland on the inbound, short off the mark as Anigwe gathers it in. So that was a good switch, but it looked funky. Oh, Monacana doesn't realize how much room she has.
No, she didn't, did she? But she got there. She got there. Wow, that's a great play.
And that's 50 points. That's why she was the WBBL Finals MVP last time they had a final.
That feels like a long time ago, doesn't it?
It's because it was Caz.
this year has been a long year.
It's like a year and a half ago.
It's-
Great
Anigwe.
finish through contact, Christina Anigwe.
Yes. Okay, so this is what this is what I needed to just relax a little bit, just to let them get back into a little bit of a rhythm here.
That is harsh on 10 that she's getting the foul when she gets pushed once. And she gets pushed at least twice. And then, so, yeah, 10 was like all up in her grill.
We have the Polish player there saying, I mean, she's in my face, which she was. That's true.
You love to see it.
Yes. And Christina Anigwe is playing in Turkey.
Who's she playing for?
She's playing for Mersin.
Oh.
They haven't had the best season, but I think they're still in with a chance of the playoffs. But she's had some incredible games, some like 20+ point rebound games.
That's outrageous. Didn't somebody go off for absolutely daft numbers today?
Today
in one of BBL?
In one of the
WBBL or WNBL?
So we've got no WNBL, was it?
Yeah, maybe.
I need
to check that.
No.
Maybe. There's a bit. Oof. Wait, Worcester beat Barking Abbey, didn't they? They beat them like 84
quite heavily.
31.
Yes, 30. Yeah.
It was big one-way traffic. At the end of 3, Great Britain lead.
2 minutes left.
41. No, that's the quarter interval timer.
Was it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry. I thought that last 3 minutes has gone really quick.
Yeah, absolutely fine by. There's the on-screen graphic if you're watching and listening to us. Like Chester Donnelly is, he's got us on the phone. 53 plays 41. Really just solid. I mean, there was a bit of a wobble in the middle.
Yeah.
But that was more because these officials can't decide what a foul is or not.
And you see the difference when Temi comes out, don't you, as well? She's such an integral piece. And not just in her play, kind of her presence as well. You know, I'm pretty sure if you're in a team and you're like, hey, we've got Temi Fagbenle down low, that gives you quite a bit of confidence.
You see Azania Stewart there. Olympian, leader legend.
Who's been doing some little back of the bus interviews with the team on her Instagram. So one more big strong quarter from GB. That's all we need. 10 more minutes of keeping this up. And Poland were due to play Belarus on Thursday just gone, but that game was cancelled, wasn't it, and rearranged for the next window in February.
Mark Woods on Twitter says GB leading Poland 53-41, accurate, with 1 period left in Istanbul. Still a ferociously physical game. I think that's an actually very apt description of this game so far. Ferociously physical.
Definitely.
It has been, and it's been interesting. Been interesting to say the least, especially with some of the decision making from the officials, because it's like players absolutely killing each other, and then a little baby tap.
Is that not a little
foul central? I
mean, so that the defender there jumped into Handy and knocked her after the shot. To me, I feel like that's I don't know. Maybe it's after the ball's left her hands. So I don't want to jinx it, but Turkey haven't been shooting too well from 3.
No,
I'm sorry.
You've called them the wrong country, and B, you've plagued our nation. As seen there, Chantal Handy, if you hadn't have said those words, she'd have pulled down that rebound.
Been off down the other end, pull up 3.
But it was an unsportsmanlike foul.
Okay.
Yeah, just about to see it on the end of that clip. The referee's got that symbol. So it's an unsportsmanlike. I guess it was because
she was.
I guess it's because as she was up in the air, like the player went like basically undercut her a bit.
Okay.
Did they give an unsportsmanlike foul for that?
So 20 points
Perfect
for Chantel
from the
Handy.
line. Chantel Handy. Handy by name. Handy by name. I'm sorry. You think I was passing that opportunity? No. You thought wrong, my friend. That was Temi.
So Anique, I feel bad for Christine Anique. I just like
Anique foul.
She's just getting.
Did she foul or did she get called for the foul?
I think she got called for the foul. I think she's getting like understandably frustrated because it doesn't seem to be getting called the other way.
No, it's just, and also, I don't know. I give up. Oh my goodness, what a fast!
That's a fast break.
Was that Gadja? Gadja? I want to call her Gadja. Gajda. Veronica Gajda. Where's this being played? Chester. It's being played. It's not being played in Chester. It's being played in Istanbul, home of the F1 Grand Prix this weekend as well. Actually, the return to Istanbul Park. So GB, Poland, Turkey, and Serbia are all bubbled here. I think there are other games. Can't remember who.
Do we have the venues for the next window, or are they still? It's probably a bit too early, isn't it?
I think it's too early. I don't think they've decided exactly what they're going to do. We can assume as to go out for the box. What is that play?
That's good defending there from.
But that's awful.
Good defending from GB, but yeah.
Like she was there.
Just go up.
Shoot it yourself. Have a bit of confidence. You're an international basketball player.
Yeah.
You were there. Very strange. I mean, obviously she knows better than me how to play basketball at a high level, but
just from why would you not when you've got the open look?
As Poland call timeout. Calm down.
Someone's getting thrown out.
I saw somebody on Twitter get a load of criticism. I think a commentator got a load of criticism the other day for not being able to for misreading a timeout for a tech and the other way around. So, I mean, they are. I don't know.
Similar.
They're similar, like that,
not the same,
but like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
If you're just trying to do a few things at once.
Yeah.
So 13-point lead, 8 minutes 19 left.
14-point lead.
14, yes.
14.
Yeah, I did mixed up my numbers again.
Are we gone again?
There you go. That's a perfect example of trying to do 3 things at once.
Are we out of sync again?
Hey, I'm watching February's game against Belarus. What are you watching?
I'm watching next February's game against Belarus.
So yeah, GB just needs to kind of keep doing what they're doing, not get as tough as it is to not get frustrated by some of the calls and some of the plays they're getting.
GB are they are. They're doing a fantastic job tonight. As
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I feel like Eiley Simpson's had quite a few little just steals there on some inbounds.
She's been awesome. They've all been awesome.
She's playing in Germany as well, in the same league as Sammy Roscoe.
Hit that. Oh, great pass.
That's nice. Oof.
Just rolls out.
Just two.
Now, I'm going to say it. Really good box out from Poland.
I was thinking exactly the same. No one had a chance of getting anywhere near. You can see Handy was getting pushed down.
Oh
my! That's my fault entirely.
Absolute murderous triple from Marissa Lee Kastanek. She's absolutely just all string.
So look at the defense here from Poland. It's quite smothering.
They have stepped it up, but that's a foul called on Poland, and Uruguay gets battered. And again, so I'd forgotten that we do in FIBA. It's like if you're 5 seconds closely guarded, completely forgotten about that rule because you never see it called. But I saw a referee motioning for it. I was like, oh. FIBA rules, truly the best rules. Jess Donnelly says, that was like a netball play when the goal attack is trying to get right under the net. Yeah. However, the defensive rules in netball are a little different. I must say, it's quite amusing when Americans see netball, like netball clips online, and they're like, explain this to me, what the heck? So, yeah, in isolation, this doesn't mean anything, but like, trust us, it's pretty big deal.
There was a clip that was going viral, I think, of someone shooting a backboard without a hoop without a backboard. And people in America are like, this is crazy. And there was a lot of people from England going, this is netball, essentially. This is
13-point lead, GB in front, 57-44, 7 minutes to go before we introduce Adam Masters, brand 161, to the post-game show.
Who will be watching this intently?
I can't imagine how stressed out he must be, even with this lead. Because if there's one
I'm
thing
feeling a bit stressed out.
It's Manchester basketball and GB basketball.
I mean, and here we've got GB basketball with the Manchester players and Manchester City Council's adverts still flashing up in the background. So, it's like we're in Manchester. Well, I am, but.
Janice Monicano, fakes the shot, goes inside for two, back iron. But that was a nice play from Monicano. She's had a good game. The stats won't be there for it, but you just remember what Darren Paul told you. She's played well.
And that's some nice defense from Chantel Handy. So
Alex Simpson just getting buffeted about.
Getting a bit shovey there, isn't it? A little bit.
Yeah.
A bit of a shove.
That was just.
We're not calling those.
We've given up with that conversation. We've got to give up with that conversation. I've not been checking out the Focus Hoops group chat too much.
It's busy.
We've got things like, what was that call? So at least they know what the score is. Let's do it. Oof. So we're going 4-man booth.
Maybe. Right now?
Maybe.
Is it happening?
The highlights of netball doesn't show any goals. I'm a big netball fan, by the way. Hey, nobody's disrespecting netball here, Chester. No one's disrespecting netball here. But that's interesting. Interesting. A lot of transferable skills. And at high level, like, netball's a great sport to watch. I mean, I can't speak. I played ultimate frisbee for a large chunk of my formative. I say a large chunk for like 4 years, my formative years. And then I got to uni and stopped playing. You
stopped playing at uni? That seems like the opposite of what people would do.
Yeah. I started playing field hockey at uni. Explain. It's like, what's that really cool hippie university sport? Oh, field hockey. Great sport. Another great sport. They're all good sports.
Hailey Simpson as well. He's getting in there for the rebounds.
She is. Let's check her numbers.
Feels like she's had a lot. She's had a lot where she's just, kind of saved them in as well. Like, and Temi.
That's her 8th rebound, 7 defensive rebounds. She's got 12 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Temi, 7 points, 9 rebounds. Chantal Handy, 17 points, 4 rebounds.
Is that 17?
That's what the stats are telling me.
I want to dispute that stats. How many?
5 of 10 plus 2 free throws.
Okay, yeah. No, that's fine.
Hannah Robb, 2 points. Renee Bush, 3 points. Christina Nigwe, 5, 6, and 2.
So you might, some people that maybe don't look into it as details as might just see those and go, well, that's kind of low scoring for the, for Temi, Christina Nigwe that you're expecting. But it's the work they're doing to get their teammates open, to get the ball. It's not everything's about scoring the points, is it? It's they're getting people into positions where they can play, drawing the double teams.
Yeah, I mean, just so long as somebody on the team is scoring the points, it doesn't matter, and they're generating opportunities to do so.
Exactly. It was a 16-point lead for GB with just over 5 minutes left.
Oh, that was a rocket pass, but again, she's too deep underneath. Finds the opportunity. Turnaround jumper doesn't go for Poland. Great steal back by 23. Sorry, I know it's a little disrespectful not to learn names, but doubt if they'll Polish international players will watch this back. But if you do, you're always welcome on the Focus Hoops podcast or the Caz and Daz show. But yeah. Chester Donnelly back with more netball knowledge. It's because the shot percentage is above 80% in netball. The game is won on interceptions. Oh,
that's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, it makes sense actually. I can see that now because usually they're pretty close, aren't they, to the basket? Oh, Temi's gone off. Temi's called for I think.
Is she taking a knock to her face?
It looks before like she'd banged her head.
Yeah, it looks like under her right eye looks a bit swollen. Again, we know it's been a physical one. Oh, Manakana from 3. No good. Fouled on the shot. Headed to the line to shoot 3. Gazda.
Poland not looking a bit annoyed.
Gazda, I think she may have fouled out on that. Yeah, just slaps
that's a smack on the arm.
Slaps the hand-arm region. And Gazda, that's her 5th personal out of the game. She's been quite impressive.
She has. I mean, this Poland team are tough, aren't they? They've just.
So Marissa Lee Kastanek and Veronica Gazda, they have been the 2 players that have stood out for me. And for the people who are in charge of the scoring, because they have 10, 11 points.
Are they the top scorers for Poland?
They are indeed. Oh, Lord.
So.
Okay. Is that what I think it is? Yes, it is. Okay. That is what I think it is. Completely irrelevant to what's happening right now. So,
have you got Steph Collins for GB, who's taken up the coaching position as well, hasn't she? Joined the coaching staff.
She has indeed.
It's the first time she's not playing.
Oh, shots up on the line. 2 doesn't go. 63-44. 4 minutes 20 left. It's not over, but it's all about game management for GB. Poland in the penalty. Anigwe underneath scores it.
That is nice.
That's good stuff. 65-41. Poland take a timeout. And I'm going to take this opportunity to plug this the second thing from the Split Focus Sports family of sports entertainment, not wrestling. So later on this evening, we will be bringing you over at Racing Club UK live commentary of Racing Club de Avellaneda taking on Arsenal de Sarandí in the 3rd round of the Argentine Domestic Football League Cup thing. It's a very interesting way they've gone about it, but basically Racing are playing domestic football and they need a win desperately if they want any chance of making it through to the 2nd round of the Domestic League Cup. If they don't, they will go into the losers bracket where they can still play the loser of the winning bracket and make it into continental competition. They don't need to win it because they're already in continental competition for next season. Yes, Argentine football is confusing, and that's kind of why we love it. So join us 9:35 on the Wrestling Club UK YouTube page if you want to hear about some Argentine football. Sorry, Caz, I thought I'd just get that in there.
Plug it.
Caz, mate, though, what have we got? What's on Tuesday? What's happening on Thursday night?
On Thursday night at 8 o'clock. What's
Yeah.
happening? We've got the Caz and Daz show with a special guest. We've got Philip Brown joining us, who is a professional basketball player, played 5 years pro in France. Oh, so wow. That is so that's I cannot believe what's been called here.
A backcourt, yeah. I mean, she technically, yeah. The line counts. The line counts. Whoa, Caz, I've got to cut across you there. We've got.
Yeah.
Look who we've got.
Oh.
Commentaries: Michael Hansen Morris as GB. Don't convert on that occasion. Where's the thing? Boom, the 3. Mikey, are you enjoying the game?
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to stream it on a train, so that was always entertaining. It had various moments of cut out, but no, it's going to be quite an impressive victory, which after a few minutes it definitely didn't look like.
No, I do agree that. Oh, that's a very nice headset you're wearing there, Mikey. It's very good quality stuff.
It's very funny, Daz.
It's GB. From outside, Simpson off the mark for 3. 65 plays 44. 3 minutes to go. So we're going to have Mikey and we're going to have ads as well on the post-game show. I assume we're going to keep you around after after the final buzzer?
No, I think I might be ahead of you.
Oh.
Yeah. We had to slow down because Darren was too far behind.
And then you were far too behind.
We're on 250.
Oh, I'm on 240. I'll see if I can pause it for a sec.
Yeah, we'll tell you when we're at 240. It's Poland drive.
No, it's gone out of bounds, so
240.
it's out of bounds. That doesn't help, does it?
No.
Pause it at 238, and we'll tell you.
No,
now
just tell me when the inbound pass comes in, because that'll be easy.
At this point, you've got 2 minutes 40 left. GB have got a 24-point lead. Are you sort of thinking, put some of the bench players on, put Sammy Roscoe on?
This is Chemet. That's not going to happen. Point differential as well. Inbound, outbound.
Yes, that's true.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Hannah Robb again. She looked pretty good in her 2 minutes.
She did. She did a lot as well.
I was actually slightly so. I thought there was a chance Chema might roll with Hannah ahead of Renee in the second half. Because actually I probably gave Hannah the edge in those minutes that she played over Renee, but Renee's grown a little bit, and obviously that 3 gave her a bit of confidence, even if it was slightly unusual.
Oh, it was a big make though. As Anigwe opens up from downtown, just again off the mark. I
haven't really seen the stats, so I might be a bit behind on that. I did have a quick look on my phone at half time, but there's only so much you can do with a phone and train internet at times.
Chantal Handy's got 5 threes.
That's all you need to know.
She had about 5 at half time, didn't she?
Yes, I don't think she's had any.
She's had 2 free throws, and that's been her lot.
Oh, good job, Sheridan.
Sheridan Green goes underneath. Is fouled, headed to the line to 2 for 2. So, Caz, you were telling us what we've got to look forward to on Thursday.
Oh yes, next Thursday. So we've got Philip Brown, 5-year professional basketball player, youth trainer and coach for the Atlanta Hawks, currently with the LA Clippers, and just a massive fan, a massive advocate for women's basketball. He's got the WNBA_Wubble Instagram account where he was posting news, reporting on the season, and we're just going to have a WNBA season women's basketball chat. It's going to be great.
It is going to be great. Are you going to will your I think, Joel, we might start Patreon and just have a Turkish or a Caz round article Patreon thing. If we ever do, we're not starting a Patreon at this time.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Who knows?
Hey, I need my Turkish basketball fix. I need the league to start up again.
Well, I saw Fenerbahce beat Turk Telekom 82-83. That's all I know. I don't know if it was men or women or children who was playing.
That was the men, that one.
Okay. Oh, 8-second backcourt violation against GB. Oof. 70 plays 44.
Fenerbahce is where Satu Sabali's playing with a host of other WNBA players, and they're 8-0 at the moment, leading the Turkish league.
Are you going to not pronounce her name correctly?
Satu.
Satu.
Or Sabali.
Talking of Turkey, did anyone actually catch the Turkey game earlier?
I caught the overtime.
Yes, I got the overtime as well.
I got the overtime. As he's joining us early, ahead of schedule. That's how we call him. Adam Masters, brand 161. Needs to make sure he's got headphones in.
Evening all.
Ahead of schedule. That's how we call him.
I think you need to mute your TV ads. Hey.
Evening all.
Ahead of schedule. That's how we call him. I'm going to just remove ads from the stream there whilst we work out exactly why we're hearing ourselves 3 times. Caz and Mikey, you're going to have to talk us through the last couple of moments in this ball game. Last minute.
So Mikey, sorry.
I was going to say, well, Chema definitely hasn't rolled with the bench.
No, he hasn't. GB must be pretty pleased with this. This is quite a dominant win, isn't it? They must be pretty pleased with their performance.
Yeah, I mean, we beat Poland by 15 last time?
At 12.
12. So
yeah,
it's a huge improvement. And on paper, it's definitely a weaker GB squad. Another high-low there for Anigwe, who's certainly grown into the game from the bits. Well, I say the bits I've seen. From what I've seen, she definitely had a rough first half, but she's grown. But yeah, obviously I don't know if Poland are missing some big pieces as well, but this kind of looked like a danger game.
it did.
And obviously I'm not quite sure how February will work because Belarus have got 3 games now to play in the window, I believe. So how that will work, I'm not sure, but it's a big step towards qualification. But we still might need to beat Belarus, which, based on last time, will be a bit of an ask. We'll let that bank 3 go. It's a 20-point game.
Yeah, it was a 31-point loss to Belarus last time. But could we put some of that down to the fact that they played Poland 3 days earlier? It could have been
No.
No, okay.
3 days. 3 days at the international level is more than enough.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you watch that game, they beat us fair and square. So
yeah.
And it kind of takes the head-to-head out. But really, I don't think that will matter. I think probably 3-1 will probably get you through as one of the best runner-ups. And it just depends on how results go in the other groups, in some of the bigger groups. And I wonder if that's the last point we see. That Anigwe free throw.
It looks like Poland are still pushing the tempo. They still look like they're going for it.
Yeah, going to keep playing.
Down their side.
Yeah.
Steal.
And like Mike says, when it's a point
at
difference.
The buzzer!
Oh.
Chantal Handy closing things out. GB win it on the road in the bubble, 77-49 over Poland.
Well, the way she celebrated, I wonder if Chema thinks there's going to be some sort of complicated tiebreak, perhaps at the end of the group stages between other groups, and maybe every point matters. I don't know. I've not gone that far into the qualification route, but there was definitely some purpose, and Chantal was pretty fired up at hitting it. So I do wonder if there is an overall points difference that may come into play, and therefore that was the need for GB to finish strong, which they certainly did.
They absolutely did. That's all I've got. I've got nothing else. I don't. What have I done?
So yeah, Chester. I don't think. I wasn't expecting such a big win because we just saw how close it was against Poland last time, and like we said, we sort of expected this to be a little bit of a depleted squad with some of the omissions that they've got. But yeah, it's a statement win. This is huge. This is great.
I do apologise. You're going to have to bear with me for just a moment as things are going badly wrong for me over here. But Ads, welcome to the broadcast, my friend. Welcome to the Caz and Daz live show. What did you make of that? What have you seen? What did you make of it?
I mean, after a really, really scrappy start, it looked like it could have been a bit ugly, but they kept it together. Chantal Handy was sensational in the first half. Very quiet second half, weirdly. But yeah, I mean, it's a good win. I mean, the one thing that I just never can get my head round with Chema is that he doesn't seem to like to go beyond using 7 or 8 people. And there were times in the first half, especially at the end of the first half, 2 minutes on the clock, comfortable lead, you're thinking, give Temi a break, give Ailey a break, give Sam a run. And the fact that, you're 25 points up with a couple of minutes left on the game, that's when you give everybody else a run out to get the experience too.
Mikey, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of says what I said at the end. Like, I don't know if there's a potential tie break with points difference because it's cross groups and there's 5 of 9 second places finish, runners up qualify. So I wonder if there's a overall points difference that Chema's chasing, and that's maybe why he didn't roll the bench at the end. That's my only logical suggestion, because if not, I agree with Ads that that's your time to get Sam, Evelyn some minutes at the end. I assume Nicolette was unavailable. We don't know. But obviously
Nicolette's been injured. She's actually sort of inactive at the moment from a Mystics point of view. So maybe that injury is seen and not getting any minutes today. But I mean, if she's on the bench, you've got to assume that she's fit, and she's the perfect person to give Ailey a bit of a break at the end of the half and in the third quarter, maybe.
Well, just because she's on the bench, I mean, unless she's going to stay in the hotel room, I suppose you might as well she might as well be there, because obviously we've only got the 12 girls there. So I don't know what the fine print is in terms of overall points difference. But that's the only reason for chasing the game at the end. Which, hey, if those 2 points qualify us for Euros in 4 months' time, we're certainly going to be giving Chema some props for keep pushing at the end of the game if they're the 2 points at the end that do make the difference.
So just confirmation on screen there. Great Britain beating Poland 77-49 in Istanbul to certainly strengthen the case for GB qualification for the 2021 Eurobasket Women's. Caz, again, we're talking about late game, and would it have been good to have seen some of the bench get played? And of course, you watching at home live or on demand, get in touch in the comments. We'll discuss it. If we don't get it on the show now, we'll respond to you in the comments down the journey. Kaz, what do you think? Run the bench a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see that. I would like to see, Sammy and Evelyn get some time there, and Nicolette if she is fit. But like Mikey said there, if there's a goal to get to a certain score line, because that it might come down to score difference, I do understand that. But in the same vein, maybe a little bit earlier in the game when you're ahead, maybe last couple of minutes of a quarter, give players some rest, put some of the bench players on so they get that experience as well. Just maybe, even if it's a minute or two, like we saw Hannah Robb there in the second quarter, came on, made some great plays, great defense. It just gives the players that experience, and then next time around they've kind of got that under their belt already. So it would be good to see. I understand again if it's his game plan to try to get to a certain number there at the end.
Now I know I still don't know how this looks. I'm probably bad. However, it is a tradition like any other. So we're going to have a little look at the stats, mainly for Michael Hansen-Morris's benefit. The efficiency leader on the day for GB, Chantal Handy, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, shot 5 of 10 from 3, 1 of 1 from 2, perfect at the line, 2 points from her. Temi Fagbenle, 19 efficiency, plus 20, 8 points, 9 rebounds. But the thing that stood out to me about Temi today was she just battled and grinded and just did all the nitty gritty stuff. But also third quarter, and I don't know what you made of this, Michael, in particular, and Ads, she started to, play the point guard position a bit more. What did you make of that? We'll go to Mikey.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. Obviously, Chandler changed the starting five as such for the second half. He brought Sheridan in instead of Sheridan to play the 4 instead of Christina Nigwe. And that kind of opened us some stuff up. Like, GB were 3 of 13 from the 2 at half time. So
I think they had the stats the wrong way around.
No, we were 3 of 13 from 2.
Oh,
we had
right.
so many threes. If you think about it, in the first half, all our points were from 3.
Yeah, we had 2 paint points. Mikey, sorry, Ads, I'm going to bring you in. What did you make of Fagbenle's performance today?
I mean, Temi's such a great player and she's so versatile. It's like you said, she got in there and did a lot of the dirty work today. And she doesn't have to be scoring big numbers to be one of the most effective players on the floor. I mean, what did she have? 9 rebounds, 8 points. So, they're pretty good stats by anybody's standards. But I was just really impressed with her hustle today. She was putting her body on the line. I mean, at one point, she looked like she took a good WWF clothesline under the basket, and she got up and shook it off. So no, Temi's going to do what she needs to do. She's a winner, and she's the today the famous JLC column that we have. She gave a JLC performance today. She kind of led with hustle and heart. I mean, Chantal, what did she have in the end? 19 points.
19, 5 and 1. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean. When at half time, I thought, hang on, Chantal could go for 30 here because when she's on, she just doesn't miss. And a 3-point, she's got such a beautiful 3-point shot. It's always if it goes in, it's never off the metal. It's always just nothing but twine. Such a pure shooter. But yeah, she did what she needed to do. She's the main veteran on the floor today, and she did it.
Mikey, coming back to you, really, who else aside from Fagbenle stood out to you? Oh, actually, no. Coming back to Fagbenle, sorry. What did you make of her work on the ball, with the ball in her hand?
Yeah, I mean, we've always known Temi can do a little bit of everything. We saw it at the Olympic quals that she was bringing the ball up to help with the press at times, and I kind of thought we'd go that way at some point. But everyone knows as well she's a great passer. 5 assists again, a lot of high-low stuff in the second half with Sheridan and Christine down the stretch, and they kind of really gelled. And that's the thing, we won this game in 2 completely different fashions from an offensive point of view. First half it was all about threes. Second half some adjustments from Chema, and everything was the high-low stuff that we're used to see GB run. The bread and butter of almost the offense to a extent was there, and that really got us going early in the second half. But yeah, it was great. If someone said GB are going to win, Temi's going to score 8 points, I would have been pre-game a bit like, I can't see that happening, just because Temi's been that scorer for us. Obviously, we're missing Joe and Carly on the offensive end as well for scoring. But look, that was a total team effort from everyone involved, and 4 in double digits, 2 more on 8. I know Janice was a bit slow today, but I thought she played pretty well despite her rough shooting. So yeah, a really good team effort, and I'm sure Chema's going to be delighted.
Now, I said this during the game, and I want to know how far you guys agree, that the numbers won't be there for Janice. I think I said it about a couple of other players. The numbers won't be there for them, but Janice Monacana was a huge catalyst in this victory because she just did the nitty-gritty. She did the really tough stuff, and her and Inigwe, they just battled for 40 minutes or for however long they were on the floor. I thought they were both very, very good today. What do we make of? Let's talk about Christine Inigwe. Caz, what was your take on Christine Inigwe's performance today?
I mean, like we said, she was fighting down there. She was getting some, she should have maybe been getting some fouls. She was getting quite, it was getting quite physical. But she brings the, she might not have as many numbers as we expect, but look at that 15, 8, and 2. It's a great performance. There were a few times when she'd miss some maybe easier shots that you could tell that she was clearly not happy about missing. But that's probably just down to the defense that was being played on her, because it was very physical.
Mikey, we're going to throw over to you as well. What did you make of Inigwe? What really stood out with the positives, and is there anything that we need to be looking at moving forward with Christine Inigwe?
Yeah, I mean, it was a super physical game. She certainly put her body there. And the first half, she was slow. She was probably, to be honest, one of the worst players on the floor. And it didn't mean she was playing badly necessarily, but she just didn't look effective, and she grew into the game. And I think she had 2 points at half time. She ended with 15. She seemed to start to get that chemistry with the high low. And we forget that it is only her second game with GB. She obviously only played the one game out in the Olympic quals on her debut. So the fact that she's starting to understand the system, and hopefully that allows her to grow, because if you can have that core going forward of Christine, Sheridine and Temi as your 4-5, it's going to have that stability, and it's going to be a constant that GB are going to be a team that can score inside and out, and that certainly would be a huge boost.
Ads, who was your player of the game for GB?
That's a tough one, because at half time it was all set up for Chantel. I'm probably going to give it to Chantel just because it was her spark in the first half that really got everybody going. And she was unstoppable. I totally agree with what Mikey just said about Christine Inigwe. In the first half, I was like, wow, she's really not settling into this game whatsoever. But then in the second half, it was after she had that drag to the basket and hit that layup, that's when she seemed to sort of get herself a bit gassed, and she came up and played well. The player we've not mentioned yet, who I'm happy had a good game again, was Ailey Simpson, because obviously a lot of pressure on her because she didn't have Joe there, she didn't have Georgia there, so she kind of had to step it up. I felt like at the start of the game we were running around like headless chickens a bit, and it was like, okay, pick a point guard, any point guard, and at one point even Temi was running it down the floor. But Ailey quietly kind of had a really good game. I mean, her efficiency was 19. And the other thing as well, I mean, for one of the smaller players on the team, she had 9 rebounds as well.
Yeah.
A rebound off a double-double, so 12, 9, and she had a handful of assists.
5. Super impressive performance from.
She will step up.
And she absolutely did. Kaz, who's your player of the game for GB?
For GB, so like I'd said, at half time, I'd have said Chantel Handy, just because it was just amazing what she was doing there. But overall, I want to say Temi, just because the presence that she had when she's on the, and we saw, when she was out, Poland were coming back a little bit, and then she came back on, had those 3 straight plays of points, assists, and rebounds, and I think she just makes the difference there.
So, Ads, did you go Simpson? Is that your player of the game, just to confirm?
No, I went with Chantel as my player of the game, just because it was her spark in the first half was what got the momentum going, and the lead started to creep out. And it's just what she does time and time again. We've seen it when you need big shots, big threes. Chantel Handy's there.
Mikey, who have you got?
You know what? I think I will go with Ailey. Look, obviously Chantel had to play the 2-3 today, but she's always that versatile player. She's somewhere around the 3-4 normally, but she can come down. But Ailey is not normally a 1. I'm sure she'll be one of the first to tell you she prefer not to have the ball in her hands in terms of ball handling a ton. She can do it, but she's much rather loves coming off screens and doing that stuff. But I thought she really allowed GB to settle down in some rough periods, especially early in the game. And then she was just active at both ends of the floor. She spot as good as Chantel was in the first. Ailey had that almost back-to-back three that really helped that run. And then, yeah, you look at it, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. She just did a little bit of everything tonight. And really, we didn't have a point guard. Nicolette didn't play, so we're going to assume she wasn't available. So if you look down, really, Ailey was the only true ball handler on the roster. And she really came in big for us. And without her doing what she did, I don't think we would have won that game.
I mean, Daz, sorry to butt in. I've just been flicking through the actual groups here, and obviously we're Group F. We've played more games than everybody else. Obviously, Belarus only played 1 game, but we're on 5 points. Belarus 2 and Poland 2. And I'm just looking at the points that you mentioned. You know, we were talking about. I wonder if Chema was protecting the points factor, but I mean, Belarus are kind of nowhere to be seen in that race. I guess Poland, in theory, could creep up.
As it's cross group, so
is it all cross groups? Is it?
Yeah, so 5 of the 9 runners up qualify. Only 5. So I'm guessing if, let's say, 3 groups have got.
There's only 3 in our group.
Yeah, but there's 9 groups, so you've got Group A to I, so 9 groups. Only 5 of the runners up qualify. Yeah. So the 9 group winners go to the Euros along with Spain and France, and then the 5 runners up. So I think we're now looking at who is second in Group I, who is second in Group H, etc., as that being the tiebreak for the points difference, because obviously there's no head-to-heads to split in that situation, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, going off that basis, just literally quickly scrolling up and looking at the teams that have got similar points. You've got Lithuania on 230, Turkey on 206. You know, so they're all around that 200 to 220 mark. Italy 224, Switzerland. Yeah, I get it. So it looks like that's the benchmark for the teams that are on three games.
I've not given my player of the game yet, so I'm going to give my GB player of the game. And it's going to be, I've had all this bonus time, and I've still not come up with a person. I'm going to go Temi. I think she made the game tick. Eiley Simpson did an amazing job bringing the ball up the floor. Did a little bit of everything, like you say, Chantal Handy's shooting. Janice Monacana's just grit and grind. And her rebounding. 4 offensive rebounds from Janice Monacana. That was ridiculous. But I think Temi, the way she brought the ball up, the way she rebounded, timely buckets, and when she was off the floor, you really noticed it. And when she was on the floor, everything went through her ultimately. She made this team tick. I've got to go with Frank Bentley. Does anybody have a Polish player to give a little bit of praise to? We'll go around the horn. Mikey shakes his head. Caz, did anybody from Poland stand out to you at all? I'm
going to ruin her name. It began with G that fell down early in the fourth.
Gajda, number 13.
Yeah, Gajda.
Yeah, she was me.
She had a good game.
She was the only player for me that really stood out at all. Her scoring numbers were not great. 2 of 11, 5 of 6 from the line, and that's probably that's where she made her impact. Really, getting fouls, getting to the line. As you guys down there shook your heads, let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about the officiating of this game. Mark Woods, the basketball writer, described the game as ferociously physical, which I think nobody can disagree with that. Mikey, we're going to kick off with you, then we're going to move over to Ads, then Caz. There's Caz. Mikey, what did you make of the officiating?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. GB were clearly going to play inside and try and be physical with Temi, Christine, Sheridan, and Poland tried to match up and like we saw the double foul on Anigwe in the first half, and that's the thing. There's so much contact. You've trying to find that exact line is tough, because what is enough, what isn't enough. And look, there's some calls that I think everyone was like, we're not quite sure. The unsportsmanlike on one of the Polish girls in the fourth that sent Handy to the line was a bit like, don't know what they saw, but look, it's a tough job, and both teams wanted to be physical, and I think they did an okay job of finding a balance. But it's international basketball. You expect that. If that was a WBBL game, there's probably no one left on the court. But
Yes.
but that's what you get with international basketball.
In terms of that unsportsmanlike, the only thing I can think was she seemed to undercut Chantal Handy a little bit, maybe. Is that what they maybe saw? Because as Chantal's reaching back for the rebound, it looks like that's literally the only thing I can think of. Cool. Ads, what did you make of the officiating? Any comment, anything about that at all?
Yeah, like Mikey said, there was a couple of plays where I was just like, what, really? I mean, the Chantal Handy thing was one, but I mentioned it before. The one where Temi got absolutely clobbered. I was thinking, wow, that's got to be a flagrant foul, surely, because that was hard. And in the first half, they came out very, very physical, and I felt like there was a lot of people sort of flopping around a little bit as well with Poland in the first half. I mean,
tell it how it is, man. Tell it how it is.
Don't do that. None of this flopping football nonsense in the game. But no, I mean, it's one of them. I mean, referees, they've become like one of the last things I pay attention to now, because you just kind of get used to it. Where you get these games where you just go, all right, it's just going to be one of those games where the calls are a bit weird. But, on the whole, it wasn't that bad, was it? I mean, they missed a few things. It's like you said, it is a tough job. And it's easy for us, watching it on a screen, seeing things that they don't see.
Absolutely. The one question I've got, and Mikey, I think you might be the best person to answer this, and Caz, you and I were talking about it a lot during the game, was the under the basket, there was a huge amount of physicality. It looked like players were getting their arms pinned quite a lot, and more than what I noticed in a BBL or a WBBL, WNBL games. Like, just did you notice anything about that? Did that look a bit weird to you? Because to this guy over here, that looked a bit weird. Again, very much a perimeter player when I do play.
I'll be honest, I wasn't quite locked in that much. Obviously, I was in and out on the train, so I didn't quite notice it. But I mean, I think the higher up you go, you do get more physical. There's some people that are very skilled at managing to hook arms and stuff to try and get foul calls, and you do see it. But obviously, yeah, I didn't notice it massively today, but I wasn't that zoned in on it necessarily.
Well, I think we're coming to the end of today's post-game show. Don't forget the Caz and Daz show live every Thursday, unless it isn't, and then we will let you know, and then it will be live probably the next day. Caz, final thoughts on the game?
Just a really, really great, strong performance from GB there, and like I say, they're going to be pleased with it. That was a really dominant win, and hopefully, we'll just keep rolling like that in February when we've got the release.
Mikey, final thoughts?
Yeah, I think Chema's going to be happy. Any wins a big win at an international level, and certainly going into February, the window is going to look different because Belarus do have the 3 games to play since they didn't play this window. So how the schedule looks, we'll see. I'd imagine we're probably going to be in bubbles again. But let's see how it plays out. But certainly the girls giving themselves an opportunity to go into the February window knowing they're probably 1 win away from qualifying for the Euros again.
And Ads finishes off there, fella.
Yeah, I think they're in a good place. I mean, it's a big win today, no doubt. Like Mikey said, going into the next window, we've got every reason to feel confident that we're going to qualify. there's nothing that I've seen that's making me go, oh, this could be a problem or that could be a problem. My only gripe with it is like I said, I just wish that, you know, some of the other players got to get on the floor and experience it. You know, the last 2 minutes, just get them on there, let them, you know, feel what it's like being out on an international stage, even though it's a very, very strange time at the moment. But considering the fact that, you know, it'll been a long week for them as well, because I know that they've been in this bubble, and it's been pretty strict by the sound of it as well. So, you know, they've had to come through it all mentally. And so, yeah, to come out and win like that, I think we're looking pretty good.
Just to reiterate how qualification is determined, so the 9 group winners and the 5 best second place teams advance to the final round of the FIBA Women's Eurobasket 2021. To determine the standings within a group, all games will be taken into account. Determine the 5 second best place teams out of the 9 groups. The results against the 4th place teams in the groups of 4 will be disregarded to compare the teams on a like-for-like basis. We are a 3-team group. Explain how that's going to work, Michael.
You keep all the results.
Oh.
So the groups of 4, you just throw out the worst team in the group. So if let's take Group A, let's say Iceland finished 4th, all those results are thrown out for the runners-up. So the GB points difference makes it a breeze to work out. It's the other groups when we get to February that we're going to need calculators to go, oh, well, actually they're plus 60, but really they've beaten the bottom team by 47, so actually they're plus 13. So February is going to be get your calculators out by the looks of it.
All right. Happy days. Happy days are here again. Right, Ads. Got anything to plug, mate?
Nothing as such. No, I mean, we're obviously below the rim. We're going to be up this week. Daz, it'd be lovely to see you. Caz also, and Mikey throughout the season. Now we're back up and running.
Let's see what can be done. So that's the Below the Rim podcast. Have you got a date that's coming out? Do we know? Or just
we've not recorded
the next
one. The last week's is currently up on Spotify, iTunes, and all your usual podcast outlets.
Even the bad ones. Mikey, you got anything to plug?
Nope.
How can people come and watch what you've been doing today? Because you've been doing something very exciting with that lovely headset of yours.
Just watch British basketball. YouTube. Most of the teams are streaming now, which is great. I think both WNBL games, women's wise, were streamed today.
Yeah.
And I believe Cola plan to go live tomorrow. So, yeah, if you need a game to watch, stick Basketball England into YouTube, and there will be plenty to go on there as Adam wants to jump in.
And if you want to watch Derby Bradford, you know, our very own Mikey did the comms. There we go. Ads, you wanted to dive back in there, bud?
Yeah, just a quick one. The next Manchester Mystics game is going to be on the 28th of November. Me and Caz will be presenting from courtside, the pre-game show, the halftime show, and the post-game show.
Whoa.
So, yeah, that is going to be probably on the Bram 161 channel, but the game will be streamed via the WBBL. But yeah, me and Caz are going to make it a regular thing, along with our brother in podcasting, Mr. Greg Mpofu. Will be here for your all your statistical needs in Manchester.
Oh, is that against my former club by any chance, off memory? Trying to remember the fixture list.
It's Newcastle, I think.
It's Newcastle, isn't it?
I thought the 28th was Mystics Wildcats, but I could be wrong.
It could be.
Hastily trying to scramble to find the WBBL fixtures.
Well, as you hastily scramble, Caz, you got anything to plug, my friend?
Yeah, watch the Caz and Daz show every Thursday, 8 o'clock. And this Thursday, we're going to have Philip Brown on with us talking some WNBA and women's basketball.
Awesome.
Awesome. Mikey, have you found it? Because
28th is Mystics Wildcats. Mystics are on the road next Sunday up in the northeast.
There you go. As if we ever doubted him. Very quickly, just a huge shout out again. Look, this is going to look terrible, but just go with it. Huge shout out again. Oh, it doesn't look so bad. It's just me and Ads. Huge shout out to Reece and his 30-hour cycle that he's doing for Mind, plus the Movember. We've not seen it, and I don't know if anybody needs to see it. Reece will say that with love and affection and care. But do check out his Mind charity Just Giving page. Links in the description. If you've got a couple of quid, give it. It's an amazing cause. And if you don't have a couple of quid, what do you have? You can share it on social media. Do it. Simple. Help him out. Help others out. Always support charity. That's what we do here. And see if you can do it yourself. All right, guys. Huge thank you to everybody. Ads from Brand 161. Thank you so much for joining us, mate.
Thanks for having me, man.
I enjoyed it. Mikey, thank you for jumping on board.
Thank you, guys.
And as always, Caz, thank you so much for being part of the Caz and Daz show live.
Thank you.
All right. And as for you guys, thank you so much, as always, for your comments, for being involved and making this a really special place to be to talk about GB winning on the road 77-49 over Poland. We will speak to you on Thursday. Caz and Daz show live. Take care.